you made. So on your computer is your 2-paragraph and counting paper we're working on together. And then on your desk somewhere is the documents. And then if you made it by hand, the spreadsheet. If you made that spreadsheet on the computer, then just create another tab just so that you can reference it easily. I made a bunch of new copies of the documents. Anyone need a copy? Yeah. So first set of new instructions that I'm going to give you is this. I would like you to code your second paragraph.
Code?
Color code.
I knew you were going to be like that.
Color code it, please.
I knew it. The second paragraph?
Yep. And I've color coded it black, green, red, blue. If you want to do it those four. I frankly don't care what color. Let's not go with really light yellow and then super light pink. Yeah, don't go with white. Right?
White with black text.
Or you can code it underline, bold, italic, regular, or 4 different fonts if you want. I don't really care. Just somehow identify. No, don't do that. Somehow make it so that I can easily identify that you have identified 4 different parts of one of these paragraphs. Generally, if you're struggling, by the way, to code it, generally the easiest thing to do would be to color code the evidence part first. Just start with the speaker and then go all the way to footnote. Just highlight from speaker to footnote and then make that red. Everything, and then your first sentence is also coded. It's pretty easy. Now, between the first sentence and the red part is the context. So there it is. There's another thing you're coding. And then everything else is blue. Yes. Yep. Analysis includes your own 2 cents. What does it mean? Plus an example to support your claim. Okay. I really, really, really do want to give you some time today to accomplish. In order to make that happen, let's fly through another paragraph, and then I'll show you an idea to kind of a big idea about American education, and then whatever's left is all yours. Welcome. And it's Friday. It's Friday. I'm white. I'm white. Dodgeball. I'm white. I'm white. Because his name is White. Plus he's white. Okay. Can I assume that we're done coding? I can't expect that to last more than 30 seconds. If you're struggling, call me over or tap a neighbor on the shoulder and say, will you help me? Or what I like to say is, will you do this for me? I don't believe you. You're too smart. So the first sentence is your topic, and then you got context, and then you got Michael Dugal all the way to, so your blue should end at 8. And then your final part should mean something, including the last sentence. Again, the easiest thing to do is to find the evidence part, start at the speaker, highlight to your footnote. There's a color. Then highlight your first sentence another color. Now, whatever's between your first sentence and your red part, color something else. And then whatever's ever left is your 4th color. Question? No? Okay. I have just advanced to worksheet number 2. You have a question or you want me to walk over there? Yeah. Oh. Yeah. You know what? If there's time, I'll Okay. I'm rolling on now, assuming that we're ready to write the next paragraph, which happens to be the third paragraph you're writing, but it will not be paragraph number 3. It very likely will be somewhere else, but that's okay. We'll figure out where to put it later. This is the paragraph arguing that the words should be left alone because they do not violate the Constitution, which is the opposite of what you just wrote yesterday. You seem to be arguing against yourself, but you're not, because remember, those of you who disagreed with the argument yesterday said, but this is wrong, which means you believe this is right. And those of you who agreed yesterday will be disagreeing with this. So yesterday was right, which means today's wrong in your opinion. Okay? If I just confused you, just relax, just follow along. If you believe that the words under God should be left alone, please pay attention to this column. If you believe the words should be removed, please pay attention to this column. Okay? Does everyone know which column you're paying attention to? The words are not unconstitutional, so they should be left alone, agrees many of you. Some people think that the words should not be removed because they're not unconstitutional, but you disagree with it, thanks many of you. Okay. So it's the same as yesterday. Can you finish the topic sentence? I've started it. Can you finish it? If you can, awesome. If you're not sure, give it a shot. If you're really scared, then wait. I'll tell you what you're doing. Hey, buddy. Hope you find your dad. Thanks, Mr. Norwell. Great. Can't wait for Christmas. Would anyone like to verbally and confidently, did you know that this is true? Ask anyone in psych, or did anyone take psych last year? Did you know that studies show that if you're about to do something that requires a little bit of guts on your part, like you're about to do a presentation, doing this for about 30 seconds beforehand gives you more confidence? And pretend you're like pondering the earth. Gives you more confidence. It's based on this theory. I'm sure you've heard this before, but maybe not, but it's based on this theory. You don't smile because you're happy. You're happy because you smile. You're not confident and therefore you stand like this. You stand like this, which makes you confident. Give it a try. Next time you're in the bathroom mirror, just and then fitting right in with that is this. Make an entrance. You make it. You don't walk in the room. You enter the room. Huh? Any Harry Potter fans? Harry Potter? What does Dumbledore tell Harry? You walk into the arena with the head held high against he shall not be named. You don't eke into the arena. You walk in. Yeah. Okay. What does that have to do with anything? I don't know. The first reason, I'm about to finish this sentence here. Oh, you want to? Oh, yeah. Harris, do it.
The first reason people think the words are unconstitutional.
You gotta make a whole sentence.
That's a fragment.
Is
No, I think you're wrong.
I'm
I think you're wrong.
sorry,
I think you're wrong.
Oh,
Yes. What? Don't die. You faded off. It's like you turned around and walked away. Listen, I really have to tell you something really important. What happened? I have something really important I need to tell you, all of you. What happened? This sentence. You agree.
Hunter, don't you do that in CIS a lot? Where you start to say something?
Mumble?
Yeah.
Someone else. I mean, we had 2 shots and neither ended in fruition, which is okay. Yes.
The first reason some people think
That's where I'm losing you. No. This one. Yes?
the first reason the words under God should not be removed is because they are constitutional.
Okay, that's good. Yep, fine. Did you hear what she said versus what a couple of you said? A couple of you started this sentence, the first reason some people believe, and then I stopped you. No, this isn't the first reason some people believe. This is the first reason why the words should be left alone. The first reason why the words should be left alone is because they do not violate the Constitution. That's what you think, right? You people in this column, this is what you think. Why are you saying some people? You think it! The first reason the words should be left alone is because they do not violate the Constitution, period. Over here, this is for those of you who think the words should be removed. The first reason some people claim the words should be left alone is their belief that the words do not violate the Constitution. Are you still confused? You're good. Okay. Understand? If it's your opinion, don't say some people think. You think it. So state it as such. If you're disagreeing, then you're saying, yeah, well, that's what they think. Them, they. Okay? So far, so good. You with the face, read your sentence.
First reason the words under God should be left in the plain reading is because they are not unconstitutional.
So that is your opinion, is that correct? Is there anyone else? If you're confused right now, can we solve that now? Let's solve it now. Let's make you not confused before we get too far into the maze. Okay, good. The next step is context. This is where you say why this matters. Now, I am going to give you permission to be sort of repetitive. This is paper number 1, man. You're just learning how to write this. So I'm not worried if you think as you're typing why this matters. I just said this in the previous paragraph, and it's important for the same reason. That's okay. You can be fairly repetitive here. I give you permission. Go ahead and be repetitive if you want. There are other strategies you can say. You can clarify what's happening in the country that makes this matter. Why is this important? This is a free speech issue. This is a constitutional issue. There's really, you can, or be repetitive. And go up to that previous paragraph, highlight it, copy it, paste it. Fine. You're good at this paper writing sort of thing, then I challenge you to try and come up with a contextual idea that maybe comes up with an original argument, but I'm not requiring it. I'm not requiring it. Coded? Yes. You can do it now, isn't it? Hi.
I'm sorry, can you help me with the topic sentence again for the first?
So do you believe the word should be left alone?
Yes.
Okay. So the first reason the word should be left alone is because they don't violate the Constitution. Get it? Got it? Right now I'm pausing because you're writing you're sort of setting the table. Why does this matter? Why does it matter? It's a free speech issue. It's a constitutional issue. It matters because America's a diverse country, and so we need to resolve this issue. 1,000 different ways you can go here. You don't have to knock it out of the park. I give you permission to hit a single here. You don't have to hit a home run here.
for?
Sentence or two. Context is a sentence or two. Move on. Which document makes this argument that the words are just fine, they do not violate the Constitution? Which document makes that argument? In order to know, you should be looking at your spreadsheet. Finding the argument. Go ahead. Oh, go ahead. You faded out again. For the green part? Oh, okay, try this. This matters because it affects freedom of speech. Bam. You're just identifying, why do I care? Why does the reader of this paper care about this issue? I mean, it's like, what's the best color? This is a slightly more important paper than that. But tell me why. Why is this paper more important than I'm going to describe the best color? Purple or green, whatever. Who cares? But this is sort of an important issue. It's real. This affects people. People get emotional over this stuff. Right? You want to know if this is real, go to Veterans Day. The entire school district is going to be in the gym November 11th and see how those veterans feel about that flag. See what they think. I think they'll tell you it matters a lot. So it doesn't matter. Okay, back to my original question. Which document is making this argument that the words should be left alone because they do not violate the Constitution? Go ahead. 5. Is it 5? Would everyone agree that it's 5? I don't think it's 2. I think it's 5. Well, let's see. Yeah, it's 5. Okay. Can you do this? Can you do the red part? Go. Can you do it? If you can, do. If you think you can, but you're not sure, try. If you definitely can't, wait. To do this correctly, you should have at least 4 commas. At least 4 commas. I would say the quote you should use, where does it say? Basically, it does not violate. Seems to me like it's that last sentence. Or it's the first one. Yeah, first sentence would be good. It does not violate the Establishment Clause. The addition of the words under God to the pledge and the school district's policy and practice of teacher-led recitation of the pledge do not violate the Establishment Clause. Or you could go with the last sentence, so this is really up to you. To hold that the Constitution prohibits state or school district from allowing the recitation of a pledge that acknowledges the existence of God would ignore the history and intent of the First Amendment and would undermines the efforts of states to foster the kind of moral virtue that founders thought essential to the perpetuation of Republican institutions. Good God, what an awful sentence that was. But pick. If you like it, go for it. How? Visibly typing along here, but let me just kind of talk this out and see if you're on the right track. So the red part is speaker credibility quote footnote. It should read, your red part here should sound something like this. The Claremont Institute, comma, a nonprofit organization, comma, If you put a nonprofit organization whose mission is to restore the principles of American founding, it's not necessary. Don't do that. Just put the Claremont Institute, a nonprofit organization. So the Claremont Institute, comma, a nonprofit organization, comma, said, comma, that's 3 commas, quotation mark, and then the first sentence, starting with the word the, ending with the word clause. And right after the word clause, you put a comma, quote, space, parentheses, 5, parentheses, period. Did you follow that? Yep. So it's speaker credibility, quote, footnote. The Claremont Institute, comma, a nonprofit organization, comma, said, comma, quote, first sentence of the document, ending with the word clause, comma, quote, space, parentheses, 5, parentheses, period. I'll draw it up there. The last word's clause, right? Clause. Okay. Clause, comma, quote, space, parentheses, the number 5, parentheses, dot. That's how you should have. How we doing? We're close? Is anyone totally confused? You're totally confused? What are you typing right now?
I just got done saying this, yesterday's, reason, and I think it should be removed.
You're working on yesterday's paragraph?
Yeah.
Why don't you work on today's so that tomorrow you won't be confused about what we did today? And then we'll fix that one later. Anyone else? How are we doing? Okay. The next step is where you are interpreting what you think the Claremont Institute is saying. Cindy Lou, who has just walked in the door, and she says, "Hey, what does the Claremont Institute have to say?" And you say, "Well, Cindy, the Claremont Institute believes that the addition of the words under God in the pledge and the school district's policy of practicing teacher-led recitation of the pledge do not violate the establishment clause. Do you understand?" And Cindy says, "No." Stabs you. Explain it to Cindy. What the Claremont Institute is saying is, what is the Claremont Institute saying? What are they saying? What is this establishment clause? Does anyone happen to know? Establishment clause, what's that? Yes? Yeah. No, not freedom of speech. Freedom of religion. The establishment clause is that part in the First Amendment that says there shall be no establishment of religion. And what this group is saying is there is no establishment of a religion going on. They're not establishing anything. There's no established religion because the words under God are in the pledge. That's what they're saying. Cindy. Don't type Cindy. The interpretation part, the explaining your own word part, this might take you a sentence, maybe 2. maybe 3. It's okay. I don't know where students ever learn this, but stop typing endless sentences that go on and on and on, and I'm just waiting. Where's the period? Short sentences are your friend. That's okay. Have a short sentence and then another short sentence. Awesome. Can you say the same thing without saying the same thing? I think I say that every day. And of course, I'm being a hypocrite because when I say that you need to say the same thing without saying the same thing, I just said the same thing. And I said the same thing. President Trump said, quote, he's an idiot. There's this quote. What Trump means is he ain't real smart. There, I don't mean he, Trump. I mean, Trump's talking about someone else. And the quote is he's an idiot. My interpretation is Trump doesn't believe he's very intelligent. There, I said the same thing without saying the same thing. Can you do that? I fully realize that some of you in here are Trump fans. Awesome. And I fully believe that many of you in here think he is the worst ever. Awesome. You're all welcome in here. How are we doing? Can we progress? You got to now prove it. You have to prove either that this is right or that it's not right. So if you disagree, you need to add this magical sentence. They're wrong. The Claremont Institute is wrong. Then you got to prove it. You got to prove they're wrong. So if you're over here, you're proving they're right. If you're over here, you're proving they're wrong. I am now giving you a freebie as an example. What we need to establish is there something else that exists that also has religious wording in it, and we're all fine with it. And I give you the Declaration of Independence. Anyone know what it says? Do you know you are all bestowed with certain inalienable rights? What are your inalienable rights? That means aliens cannot have these rights. They're inalienable. What are your inalienable rights?
Right to bear arms.
No, those are your constitutional rights.
Constitution.
What are your inalienable rights? Yes, you do know.
To own land.
No, you don't have the right to own land. That would be nice.
I thought that was.
Yes. Yes, but what are they? There are 3 of them. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Those are your inalienable rights. Inalienable means they cannot be taken away no matter what. Inalienable rights. Tell that to people on death row that. And they'd say like, well, yeah, but I... Okay, anyway. According to the Declaration, this is the part that you need to understand. According to the Declaration of Independence, where'd you get those rights? Where'd you get them? What does the Declaration say? No, the Declaration does not give you those rights. Yes, God. It says right in the Declaration that they are bestowed upon you by your Creator. And I don't think it's talking about your mom and your dad. Because the word Creator is capitalized. It is a religious inference that you were born with God-given rights. Well, if it's okay that the Declaration refers to your Creator, then it should be okay that the pledge refers to your Creator. There's your logic. That's your logic. It's okay here. It should be okay here. So go ahead and use that. On the other hand, if you disagree, here's your example. What is the official church of the United States? What? There is none. Well, what's the official church of Wisconsin? Don't say the Packers.
What is the official church of Wisconsin? There is none. Do you know why? You can't have an official religion of Wisconsin. You can't. You cannot have an official religion because it violates the Establishment Clause. Well, if you can't have an official religion, then you should not be able to have the word God in the pledge. There's your logic. If it's not okay here, it shouldn't be okay here. As opposed to you people over here who are going to say, if it's okay here, it should be okay here. Now, this might take you a couple sentences. Awesome. Maddie, Linka, did you walk in?
Yeah.
Okay. Audrey, saw you. Anything else? We're almost done. Again, don't worry about hitting a home run. Basically, you're just saying, well, there's another example that seems okay. Declaration of Independence refers to God. It's okay for it to be in the Declaration of Independence. It should be okay in the pledge. Or there are no official religions in the United States. There aren't any in the nation, and there are not in any state. If there aren't any official religions, then there should not be reference to religious things in the pledge. That's your logic. There's only one thing left, and that is end this. We have to end this paragraph somehow, and once again, we have either because A is true, B is true. Can you do it? Can you finish it this time? If you need a little bit of help, go to your previous paragraph and just sort of do it the opposite way though, right? Because the words do not violate the Constitution, they should not be removed. Or because some people mistakenly believe the words do not violate the Constitution, they argue the words should be left alone. Period. Lunch? Is that lunch?
Partially.
Carrot? Is it a carrot?
That's pretzel.
As you're typing, I just want to toot the horn of NHS. So National Honor Society is a group of 15 seniors, and part of their job is to help students. I've taught all of them, every one of them. They know how to write. You have the right to go find an NHS student. They will be in that part of the resource room, that half. Did you notice that those of you who've been in there lately, the doors are shut? And that is because that is the new NHS resource room. It's the tutoring center. Whenever they're open, go in there, show them this, and they have to help you. And if they do this, I want to know. If they look at it 5 seconds later, say, it looks great. You come find me. You come find me because my job is NHS advisor, and I want to know if they didn't really help you. Somebody else
that also has been voluntold to help you is Jack. You know how to write these two. Yes. These two are excellent writers. Really outstanding writers. I taught them in another class. And so, man, my God, we wrote a lot of these. Okay, show them. And he promised he'd help. Let me rephrase that. I told him to help. Okay, so take advantage of them. They'll gladly help. Oh my God, there's another one right back there. I apologize. Right back there, Soren. Very good writer. Okay, take advantage of them. Okay, they will help. Okay, I don't want to take up any more of your time. There's a nice chunk of 15-ish minutes here, right? Ish. Isn't that right? Am I crazy? Yeah, this class goes till 55. So you got about 15-ish minutes. Lots of things you could be working on. You could be working on your summative.
Do you want this one highlighted?
You will be asked to highlight it. So if you want to take care of that right now, awesome. Okay. I thought about showing you some stuff, but I changed my mind. I want you to have some time to work in stuff before the weekend so you can do nothing over the weekend. I'd be glad to help you. So I'll walk right over there. Oh, sure. I'll be right there. Kinoki? Then Kinoki.
First one. No, it didn't work.
No, you don't highlight the first paragraph because it doesn't really follow this format. First paragraph is hook, roadmap, thesis.
There's a way of retrieving it, because I can do some, like, way to look at the activity.
Oh,
Then I'll research it.
that you've
I
been
can't remember how to do it. I can
Connor, I
do
just
it.
deleted everything.
Control Z will undo what you did.
No, it's not.
Keep punching it repeatedly. Maybe punch the buttons harder. That always seems to work for me. What do you think? What do you think? $1. Right now, I see blurry colors out there, but I'm gonna pretend that you're all smiling and thumbs up. $1. Dollar store. You know everything in there is $1. So the first thing you're gonna take is the question. The words under gotta be removed from the
I have a good chunk of personal. Yeah, you may be able
Because I did something like that.
Maybe.
Mr. Potter, it's not working.
Almost in. Well, there's a few of them that we're gonna take. You look for it.
It looks really 190.
There are options. Yeah.
You should get it. This.
What do you think? So then that means that this sentence is going to go somewhere. Some people think the word should be removed. You want to start? Okay, first of all,
Oh, probably.
And the first reason would be that it violates testimony. What about this? What's the question?
No.
So make it up. What does it say? What's up?
Yeah.
I just have a
I wanna
question.
know how to like think
Second
through that. I wanna know how to think through the summative.
Are you doing a paper?
How they
No,
work.
don't do that.
I just wanna like know.
First of
like,
all,
this
the word violates.
leads to this, leads to this, like how
You know,
to
say first of all.
pick up the information.
You know what I did?
And then
I'm
second,
just gonna ask them
I went
how
and
close you want
created
to
this
force
copy
it
of it.
on.
Like I had
Because
a
I'm
copy
doing
of
a
my first
paper.
paragraph because I tend to like.
No. Not that there's anything wrong with that topic, but we're gonna do that later.
And I went to that other tab, which is the first paragraph.
First, the words violate the Constitution.
So it's not really deleted.
Yeah, and just don't.
Nine.
I just had hard talk for nothing.
Yeah, that's.
I'm gonna ask, just say you guys back. Don't say.
We're doing that later.
Okay. So I just wanna know if I want to. I have my quotes.
Do you, sort of explain
Yeah, this is me explaining it. And then the.
And some sort of a visual.
Helps my argument.
like a chart?
Yeah, so there's this my chart. And then that's it. That's all I'm saying.
Did you,
I'm stuck on that one. That's all. That's what I have on.
okay, so let's take a look at this chart. Basically, what I want to know is what does this chart mean? And so what does it mean? How does this help your argument? Your argument is that, I'm just understanding that. Your argument is standardized testing is a waste of time. Okay, how does this help your argument? And it looks like, yeah, very good. So it looks like you could be learning, meanwhile we're spending all this time on these standardized tests. That's all.
And then it looks good.
That looks great.
Okay, so with all these quotes that we did, the Michael Rudolph quotes, that starts with as mandates.
Oh, I'm glad you added that.
Do you mean by that though?
I think with this one, we just went with the last.
Sentence, okay. Yeah, because I have gone over to Spanish for that part.
I have a question about summative. So do you want us to follow this format for everyone for like all of the? Okay, I just wanted to check. And also the other one is for a graph or a chart. How do you want us to fit that into?
So you're writing the paper,
Yeah, I'm writing a paper.
and so I'm not so worried about the graph or chart for that.
Okay. Okay.
Fine, cool.
Okay. Allegiance, question mark, presents as a question. Will take action your thing that violates the Constitution. Second being the act of forcibly making students attend.
Is anyone disagreeing?
Where are the
I do a second.
two arguments
This side,
that
right side.
should not be? So you're missing three sentences right after the word pledge. There
You want
should
me to read
be
them all?
the other side.
Others.
Others think the word should not be
Let me
removed
keep
or
reading.
to.
First of all, I wrote because some people mistakenly believe that the words are constitutional, they argue that.
You can do that, way. Yeah, do that.
So something like that. But you can always change how you word it.
Oh, you're right.
So I'm supposed to what key or whatever.
Okay.
Are we gonna be putting the other paragraphs in?
What is that?
I'm guessing so for the
For the other two?
Second reason is
Because they
that
both.
the ones that we're already doing.
Yeah.
forces
Uh,
religion upon a
I think we're gonna do
You wrecked the computer? You know what that makes you? Computer wreck.
Whoa. Yep, I know, that's pretty impressive.
That's like one of the worst kind of actors ever. Just kidding.
Try holding down the power button.
Jeez, I don't know how to work this.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. What? Others think it should not be seen to change. Others think it should be removed.
Everybody in my house but my dad has Apple.
Okay, I literally.
We're just gonna.
Peter, what's your topic
Others think it should not be
for
removed.
the summer? You haven't picked one yet?
That's what I'm gonna talk about today. to figure out
I think I just picked mine on Monday night.
on What'd you think?
You could go under the
So there are two reasons now,
topic,
just the
like
opposite of
parent,
those.
family, and youth,
Right? First of all, the
or
word is not
school,
violent.
family,
The second reason is that they do not force.
and you pick almost
And
any
don't
of
worry
them,
about being
so I picked should race be the consideration when adopting.
I mean, you literally copy those two cases right there and just insert the word not twice. I would copy it from the word first all the way down to the word audience. Copy it, paste it. Paste it right there. Okay, Now you need to insert the word, the words, here's the thing. They never got violate, so after the word words, type it down at the end.
Oh, look, that's the.
And then after the word.
I always do that.
Because after the word, I would be scared if the dude shot me. Okay. Okay, so now your thesis sentence is basically this right here. With them, with violating. And you think the word should be left alone, so your thesis sentence is gonna go like this. While it appears that the words should be removed because they violate the Constitution and they force religion, comma, in truth, the word should not be removed because they do not violate the Constitution and they do not force religion upon a Catholic population. Period. Basically, you take all those little sentences and you combine them into one giant thing.
Or you can just say, you know.
Yes, you would. That the word should be removed. For those two reasons that you listed.
Whoa.
I spelled that right? Oh.
Did you list both reasons? In one sentence. So you just gotta sum up both reasons in one sentence.
Breathe anymore.
Comma. In truth, the word should be left alone because they do not violate the Constitution and they do not force religion.
I don't have the sheet with like all the summative. Oh, I have like all the choices you can choose.
Where do I have?
This one. You wanna look at it? Do you want a copy?
It's on the website. I seem to have run out of copies.
Okay.
I ran out of copies, sorry.